However, we do have a source of that energy.
Oh, what is that source?
I mean to use our nuclear weapons.
Oh, really? Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Watch the 3-Body Problem Blind. Today we're at episode 6, and last time the sofa unfolded, and we are being stared down by its eyes, so let's see where it goes today. Some stuff to talk about first. So first, I did manage to fix my RAM, so now I have got more processing power in my PC, and I will be able to do some movie reactions soon. And I was thinking about doing Oppenheimer and Everything Everywhere at Once, and I have not seen both of those. So if you like this style of reaction, I will do it for those things. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep you updated, of course. And also, again, some thing about entanglement. So entanglement, some people have said, yeah, but I mean, if the cell phones are entangled, they can just like be entangled and do their thing and communicate, but and just relay the information, but they can't, because like the thing is, the moment the cell phone will interact with anything in the world, and it might just be a photon of light to measure something it sees or something, you know, it will be destroyed, the entanglement. So, but anyway, this is cool sci-fi concept. Like, I would have loved them to use wormholes, but it was written in a time where perhaps entanglement was not that much understood by many people. So, I mean, it's cool. Like, I really like that they try to explain it, the instant communication. From nowadays perspective, it's just that it would have been wormholes they use, but you know, I don't mind. Also, again, be wary. I do talk a lot and pause a lot. So some people have commented, "Why do you talk so much and pause a lot?" Because that's what I do. React analysis. It's in the title here somewhere. So if you don't like that, like, you don't need to watch it, and don't watch something you don't like. Like, never do that. And if you hate watch it because you want to vent some anger, then of course watch it and vent your anger in the comments. That's no problem. As well, but otherwise, like, don't let me steal your time if you're not interested in this type of content, because there are probably other reactions that do it in a different way that you like more. But now let's start, see the world come to an end. Don't forget, as I said, to like and subscribe, and comment on what you thought of this episode again. And here we go, have some fun with 3-Body Problem.
Ich frag mich, wer wir sind.
So what's the world gonna do here?
Mass panic continues world.
Oh, mass panic, of course. Oh, yeah. So did they reveal it now? Like, we did see the eye in the sky. Of course we did, but no one other than our main characters kind of knows what that means. So they seem to have spread the information of the Santi. Probably they used this to spread the information of the Santi because that is probably a point where everyone would accept it the quickest. And by everyone, I would say like 90%. So, yeah. Yeah, unrest is so bad. 400 years. Let's see if season 2 will take place 400 years in the future. That would be awesome.
As we have survived.
Oh, this reminds me so much of Doctor Who, when they always showed, "Oh, hi, Joe. Do you know where you're going? Do you know where up and down is?" Probably not. I'm sorry. Oh wait, what are you gonna do now? That's so awesome. But why is she still there? Wouldn't she try to piss off there? I actually don't know what I would do. If there are riots, I assume they are the worst in the city, so wouldn't you try to get to countrysides? I mean, I'm biased, I love countrysides more than cities. Like, I dream of a little house in the countryside. But if you're a city person and you see this outside your window, like, what is that? 6 hours away, like, it will spread if everyone's rioting. And people don't even need to be panicked. They can just use that situation. Because something I've learned a lot in my life is that people will take the present over the future a lot. And they will make use of situations. Like, it's not even that they fear the Santi. It's just that they use it as an excuse to raid and loot or do other bad stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be raiding and looting. But living in the present, carpe diem and corrupting that, I mean, it's a pretty widespread thing people do nowadays, I feel.
400 years.
I mean, 400 years, can't you? Oh, the sky is normal again. Okay. Why is the sky normal? Ooh, Paris.
Raise funds for planetary defense.
Yeah, planetary defense is probably, yeah. You know, that is probably what would happen, I guess. People would start organizations to defend the planet. So my questions would be, how many people would try to welcome these aliens? Because the compassionate part of humanity is still there. And yes, they said you are bugs, which is like completely antagonistic, don't get me wrong, but there would still be people be like, let's try to negotiate, let's make friends with them. Their people would be there. And I mean, that's not that bad in general. You need these people all the time. Sometimes they can pull you back from really horrible things you're about to do. But, you know, are those people gonna join another or a new cult? Perhaps a cult led by badass woman. That would be cool. But yeah, and how many people would say we collect funds for planetary defense and they will just put it into their own pockets as well? Because that also happens a lot in this charity stuff.
The arrival of the Santi.
Ah, see? Yeah, see? Welcoming. Oh, yeah, and religious sects. Oh, I should... See, this is one of the things... I should have just watched it, but it makes sense. So I do think it makes sense, so it's good that we see it. Oh, Will's still alive. I mean, that's good. Ooh,
Has been met with despair by
that's so interesting.
a mental health emergency.
Yeah, mental health.
Santi arrival.
Also interesting, I know that from the flu, there was a lot of mental illness caused, like depression. Like the depression is really fucking on the rise because of the flu and what people did to I'm also I always try to be well-meaning in interpretations what people did. So let's say people did their best to fend it off, but there are still consequences. You know, there were still consequences because there were always consequences. So yeah, if there's like this big threat to the world, people will get depressions because they will think their lives are their days are numbered. You know, that's what happens. And same with the climate debate. Like, regardless of what you think about it, the fact stands that children are so afraid of the world ending right now. Like, really terribly afraid. And I found it really remarkable, actually, and I found it a bit scary. I saw an interview with Greta Thunberg, and she said, yeah, we exaggerated the world-ending stuff. I mean, we wanted to get people on our side, and I mean, I even get her point, like, because it's an important issue, but it caused depression in probably millions of children right now. So that's the price they're gonna pay for that. I mean, it's always a price they're gonna pay. You know, yeah, see, that one was not willing to pay the price. He just, oh God, it's more than one. Look at those. Jesus Christ, man. That's the thing. Giving up as well. Just giving up. I mean, it's a gamble to stay alive all the time. It doesn't even have to be against Santi or something, or bigger threats. Like, living is a gamble. You can be like, yeah, I'm gonna stop it now, or you're gonna be like, yeah, I might suffer a lot, or I might have like 50 to 100 more years of beautiful experiences mainly. It's a gamble, but I guess it's a gamble you should be willing to take. But I mean, that's also opinion, but Like, there's always hope, I feel. And I love the intro so much. It's such an awesome little thong song. I like the way they established a lot of stuff going on just now in the intro with just some shots and news. It's a good plot device. Ooh.
She hasn't said a word since her lord told us we're all bugs.
That's interesting. What's she gonna say now? Yeah, she knows she fucked up a bit, I think.
You're lucky. No windows, no screens.
Why? Why would they be bad? Because the Santi would monitor them? Oh, because the world is almost ending.
A lot of your followers.
Ooh. Yes, I guess they think their lord has abandoned them. That's bad, but that's logical. Yeah, you led them to hell. Holy frick.
Why did Vera have to die?
Yeah, confront her with her daughter's death. What does she say to that?
Your daughter, why did she have to die?
Yeah, why did she have to die? What are you saying against that?
Did you order? He was smart and loyal and funny, and you had him slaughtered.
I mean, that was Evans, so, I mean... What is he gonna say here? Can't wait.
There was a poster
Oh, so you're still in the past.
smashing the Buddha, Jesus,
Interesting. Wow.
destroy the old world.
Yeah, whatever she's gonna say now, that's so dumb. Like, that's the dumbest thing you can do. Like, that's the surefire guarantee for your civilization to get fucked and end. Seriously. Because you think you're better than what was before. Like, if people are better than what was before, it's only slightly, if at all. But it's never by huge leaps. And thinking that is such a fucking trap. And smashing religious symbols as well. You can say about religion what you want, and it can go terribly wrong, of course, but there are some fundamental codices, or whatever you say, about social interactions and how they work. They were ingrained in these religions, and if you done away with them, you lose your moral standing. And there are people who say moral is just something you know. And I think that's very short-sighted. Very short-sighted. Very short-sighted. I don't know. And I don't understand what they mean by that, really. Because your feelings come from somewhere. Don't know. I've never talked to a person like that, so I'm not completely sure what they would say to arguments that criticize or attack that position. So I can't say. But it sounds to me to be like, it basically says, it doesn't say, I don't believe in your imaginary friend. Which is something that is a straw man. Like, yeah, of course, like, probably almost no one believes that there is like a literal, like, being that's sentient above our clouds that watches us or some bullshit like that. Of course not. I mean, come on. But the things that religion has moved in the people, like it has driven them forward a lot. It has also driven them backwards. Don't get me wrong. Like, it has stalled progress, but it is the past that we build upon. And if you take away the foundations, you're gonna fall. It's like, yeah, what are you gonna forge the new world from? Like, what? It's so dumb. So dumb.
I ever agreed with the Red Guards about.
Oh, that's what you agreed with. What the fuck, man? That's so dumb. Like, she thinks of, but it fits so well. Like, I love the character writing here. It fits 1000%, because this is the person who thinks she's the best, can't err. And she's been, like, wrong has been done to her that is terrible and unforgivable. And I would agree that it was. But now she's like, I'm so much better and I know what's best and I will tell you what's best. And all the people before me, all the billions of people before me, they had it wrong. We have to tear it down. I'm the one who's right. And that's so disgusting.
Forge a new world.
Yeah, what are you gonna forge a new world from? Yeah, she's not doing anything.
You betrayed everyone alive.
She did, though.
Going to be born for what?
Also, she didn't answer about her daughter. She sidestepped that.
Bugs can come here and kill us all?
so that they could save us.
Yeah, what does that mean? You never say what that means. How was she supposed to see it? What does she mean by saving? Like, she's never said that. She's just spouting that nonsense phrase.
Learn the truth about us. We lie.
Yes, we do.
There's a darkness in us that they cannot.
Yes, of course there is. Of course there is a fucking darkness.
Species to conquer our world.
Yeah, man, it's so dangerous. Or what?
I saw where it led.
Yeah.
Who gave you the right to decide for
Yeah! Thank you, Yin. You're becoming my favorite character. I love that. Like, she's so right. Like, holy fuck, man. Save us. Like, from what? What do you mean by that? Like, and yes, we deceive and lie. And that is, I do think it is a consequence of consciousness, though, deceiving and lying, because those are things that I think are, and I again have to think about that more. I think those things are evil. Like, I'm not sure about like complete, like how complete some. No, that's dumb. That's not what I want to say. Like, how complex can something be to be still called evil? I give you an example. There is a person who. Let's take our surgeon again. I do think we did the surgeon example here in this show. So there's a surgeon who does, again, end people's lives because he loves it, because he enjoys seeing people suffer, but he also is the only one who can fix, let's say, cancer. Like, is that person evil? Or are his actions evil? Can you even say a person is evil? Like, that's such an interesting question. I do think a person can do so much evil that you're like, yeah, go fuck yourself, rot in prison. I do think so, but that is a bit sidestepping the question of what is evil. Can a person be completely evil? And I'm not sure a person is completely evil. I just think people have so much evil that you don't see the good anymore. So you don't care about the good because the evil is so damaging to your society or to yourself that you're like, yeah, off with you to the gallows or something, it's, and I get that. I do think that is important to put a stop to things. I do think that's important, but lying and deceit also make us wary and also make us careful in the face of the unknown, because we have that in, like, we are better than that in this, than the Santia. We know that there is deceit and lies in the world and they don't. So we have an evolutionary advantage if we should encounter a third race. You know what I mean? So, but it also could go terribly wrong. I mean, it's just more avenues. Yeah, I would leave as well. She has still not said what saving means.
But that's not how you'll be remembered.
Yeah, physicist my ass. She's a traitor that she is.
How will you be remembered, Jincho?
Does she want to be remembered, though? Your characteristic is that you are the best and want to be remembered, so who gives a fuck? She's probably like, I just want to live my life. Yeah, that as well. She fought back. I like that. And Ye still did not say anything. Like, she's just spouting fluffy shit. It's so awesome. I love her character. Like, she's an awesome villain, and I would consider her a fucking villain. See, she's like smiling a bit. She's a bit proud for some fucked up reason. So, what? Witchwood Manor. Does it have to do with real witches?
Where we can plan the defeat of the Santi in peace.
Oh, so they have got a bastion against the Santi. That's awesome.
The Santi are real, and they have declared war on us.
That is the thing as well. People will be like, yeah, no, they're not real. They're not real. We saw the eye, but it was just a cool marketing thing. or that is just the government wanting to control us. And I mean, nowadays I think governments do try to control people more than they used to, at least in the West. But like, there's a stopping point to everything, so to speak. So if there's an eye in the sky, no government could do that. I think, you know, it's like.
Mr. Wade, the things they can do.
The things they can't do.
Yeah, they cannot do a lot. They cannot do a lot, by the way.
2 cell phones. They told us so themselves.
Yeah, like, what can the cell phones even do right now? Like, they can just intimidate. Like, the countdown, as we've learned, is just a psychological warfare. No one, like, they can, like, they basically can't stop the world from. They can stop the experimental results from making sense still. But how I would counter that is, if that's just 2 cell phones and they have to be in specific places, I would try to do the experiments on like 5 different places at once. And the one place that gives up shit results is the one where the cell phone currently is. And every scientist just like seeing the countdown, ignore it. Just ignore it.
Their technology moves slow, ours moves fast.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Has been sabotaged. How do you propose we catch up?
I mean, they sabotaged the particle accelerators. Oh god, you're gonna hate me, particle physicists, but particle accelerators currently are just proving what we already know. They're very good at that, like they're awesome at that. But the things with particle accelerators currently, and if someone has other experiences, please put them in the comments. I would be very interested in them. But all I know is, like, there was this one talk I heard, and it was so strikingly interesting to me. There was a person from CERN, and he came into the room, and he held a talk about CERN's accomplishments in the first year of running, you know? And of course, he told us about the Higgs boson, which is awesome, like, brilliant stuff, like that is an awesome thing to discover. And then he said, everything else we've discovered is perfectly in line with quantum field theory. It is perfectly fitting. Like, we've never had results that fit this perfectly with what we know, but we never found anything new. And they didn't. They haven't found anything new till now. Given, I have to give them, they have huge amounts of data. Like the data they store and have to transfer is immeasurably big. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we will probably never, without like something like an AI that's very good, we will never go through it. We can't. It's impossible. So there might have already been something, and you know, but the remarkable thing, what he said, like, was exactly this. Like, we just proved what we knew, and we proved it so well that we're so sure that what we have on paper is so good, but we never found anything new. And so I don't think particle physics currently is the step where they will, with the way they're doing it, will find something new. But they can. Like, don't get me wrong, they could. Like, they could just be a particle exactly where they are looking, and then, you know, but it's a lot of money. So
Learn from the source.
So you want to spy on them?
yeah, spy on the Santi.
NASA can play with telescopes.
Ooh, a telescope. That would be interesting. A probe. Oh, how are you going to build that?
We need to do the same to them.
That's so awesome.
Those of cities or thimbles. Their weaknesses.
Ooh, that's a good point. Someone said that they think that cell phones, that the Santi are like an insect race, like that's like this big. That would be awesome as well. But yeah, send a probe. Also, someone said, like, you assume that they're just 100 years in the future. How the fuck do you come to that conclusion? Because they've not shown any technology that is not feasible in 100 years. Like, they have not. They have shown us travel with great speeds, which is something like, let's assume let's assume humanity doesn't have the differences inside, so to speak, like no wars between people. No disagreements, because we are something like the Santi, not a swarm intelligence, but something alike, and we can focus our thoughts on science. We would be, in 100 years, we would be exactly where the Santi are and further. You know, it's just the individuality that slows us down. I mean, that's the drawback of individuality. But I guess there's more creativity, so it might outweigh that.
398 years.
Oh, yeah, because you can't accelerate. Why?
That should be our goal as well.
Yeah, 1% light speed is not that hard to do.
1% light speed might be
Yeah, 100 years, that's okay.
They did it. Why can't we?
Yeah, why can't we? Wait, you're such an awesome dude. Yes, you're completely right. 1% the light speed. That is something interesting as well, and I've thought about this. So the author of the story is obviously an engineer and he knows a lot of technical stuff. Like he's very good in research, like in researching research and stuff. So he and from what I understand, he gave the Santi only technology he was deeming feasible in the future. And if you can think up a technology and are like, yeah, it's feasible in 200, 400 years, of course that can be done quicker if you put your resources into it. So, like, imagine what we could do if we, like, put resources into nuclear fusion. Like, we don't, no one cares, but...
I hear you plan on fighting back.
Ooh, he recruits her again, that's good.
They can be anywhere, but they can't be everywhere.
Yeah, they can't be everywhere. Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Now, how busy do you reckon that'll keep manpower? There's 2,000 accelerators.
Why can the cell phone be that quick? I thought they accelerated it to those speeds. But that's the thing, big data. If you have big enough data, you should circumvent the cell phone.
The moon.
Why not? It's 3 seconds there and back.
That's awesome. Yeah, build one on the moon. I mean, going to the moon also is, as far as I know, and this is not me as a scientist saying it, it's just what I heard and read somewhere in a, like, not that... Like, the thing I read was probably not the best source. I just want to put that before what I say. But I do think we don't go to the moon anymore because it doesn't make sense. Like, there's no resources for us. There is this great book by Frank Schätzing. He's also a German author. He wrote a book called, what was it called? Just look him up, Frank Schätzing. He wrote something about a space lift and then a lunar factory that does lithium-3 or something, I don't remember, and that can be used for nuclear fusion. So it was a very well-researched book. Didn't remember what it was called. I think it was called Limit in German, Frank Schätzing Limit. I think I will put it here somewhere on the screen if you want to check it out. But also, by the way, the nanofibers could be used for a space elevator. I do think that could be possible, but yeah.
That's a huge cost for the Santi.
Yeah.
There you go.
You just have to keep the cell phones busy. It's not that hard. Like, it's going to be horrifying for scientists, but...
Everything is limited. Nothing is possible.
Yeah, that's not a good way to think.
Find me a way to get a probe to 1% light speed off.
Yeah. That's possible. Like, I'm not completely into engineering, but from what I know, that's possible. Like, for example, ion drives might do it a bit. You might have nuclear drives that, like, detonate nukes behind them, so... Oh, the solid will B-plot is still going. I'm sorry I called it B-plot, but they're not really adding to the plot.
You know, every now and then my body actually feels pretty good.
Oh, that's interesting.
Concentrate on the sheer fucking terror.
Yeah. Wow, that's so sad. His fate is really sad. And he's drinking some good stuff.
Taken to picturing myself up there when it's all over.
Interesting. Interesting. Ooh. Wood chipper.
Turn me into a fine mist.
That's an awesome way to go.
Aerosolize your body.
It's my love. It's so dark, but it's also a bit funny. That's so awesome. I would love him to elaborate on the belief in the afterlife thing here. I'm sad he didn't, because that's where gods also come from. What's after? You know, and that's such a good question. I once had a near-death experience, and it's like, can't even describe it. Like, it wasn't the way you see in the movies. Like, it was, death was around the door and I knew, like, for like a day, and it didn't come. but like, and it wasn't serious, like it was something stupid, but it is a weird state you start to drift into. It is a state of peace as far as I experienced it, and this is just anecdotal. But that is, you know, and these states you get into, and I've read reports of people, you know, and I think that is such an important question, especially if the Santi are called the Lord. And yes, I still do think it's like God, because he acts like that, as if it's her God. It's not her Lord. Because she's too high and mighty to say Lord to someone else. God, she might say that. God as in Savior, of course. But yeah. Hey, Augie, what are you doing?
Hi.
Oh, she's pretty happy for having killed several young children. They wasted that. She should have been a lot more down after what she did. It's basically an Oppenheimer she did, and they really did not show a lot. Yeah, Augie should have a plot that's more about what the fuck was happening to her nanofibers. I hope it comes up in the future. That's, if they don't do that, that's left beside the road so badly. That's like, you can easily do awesome stuff with that premise. Oh, and she sees her boyfriend again. Nice. That means she has an idea? Yep, she does.
Be a precedent for achieving advanced results using current materials.
Yes, of course there is.
However, we do have a source of that energy.
Oh, what is that source?
I mean to use our nuclear weapons.
Oh, really? I got it! Fucking got it! Who did call it? Fuck yeah, I know that works. It works. I know it works. I do think it works. Like, obviously it's not built, but that works. Also, something people always forget. In space, you don't have to keep the ship accelerating. You just have to accelerate it once, and then, like, the inertia will just carry it. So, like, the speed never changes of anything in space. Never. You have to put a force on it. That's, by the way, and you probably all know this, of course, so I'm probably explaining too much here, but force just means that you change the velocity of something, either the direction or how quick it is going, or both. That is all a force is. The change of that. Inducing change in velocity. Like direction or, you know, speed. So that's all it is, a force. So in space, there are no forces other than gravity most of the time. So everything that moves in space will just keep its velocity. So if you manage to accelerate something to 1% of the speed of light, it will just stay that. Or let's say you manage to accelerate something to 100th the speed of light, and then 100th again, and 100th again, and 100th again. Like, it will just keep accelerating. It will never decelerate. There's no force stopping it, because there's no friction in the air.
Perhaps you've been watching too many Vin Diesel.
Perhaps you are an idiot that has not ever read a science book. Sorry, what the fuck, man? I thought you were an expert.
I'm borrowing an old idea from Stanislav Ulam in the 1940s called nuclear.
Oh, really? Yeah, that you're gonna detonate nuclear bombs behind the ship. I mean, that's what I would have done, so... Thanks, Yin, we are on one page again. I love Yin. Like, if I was a character in this show, it's probably Yin. Even though, like, I know I would be dumber, don't get me wrong, but she's the closest to me, I think. Like character-wise, I feel, but I might be wrong.
Now, these bombs could be put in...
That was an awesome detail. Did you see that? That was awesome. Let me get back.
Imagine a series
I will.
spaced in distance, stretching from Earth.
Oh no, she said, I'm sorry. She said evenly spaced. That's dumb. You need to not evenly space them, because that's not what she's drawing. I'm so sorry. Oh, I gave this so too much credit. It should be here, then here, then here. Like, it should be, because it's accelerating, I guess. So I think evenly spaced, like, it gets too quick. Like, if you accelerate here and here, it might also be too quick to, like, get the signal from here to here and stuff. Like, it gets complicated. I would not space them evenly. Like, I would put more and more distance. But anyway, it doesn't matter. See? She didn't do it. She didn't do it evenly spaced. Man, I'm such a stuck-up asshole. Look at what she did. She did it correctly. So the actress probably knows more physics than the people writing the show at this point.
Stretching from Earth toward the
See? This is a lot bigger than this. Not a lot.
Santi fleet.
Yeah, not this here. Here, look. This is so big and this is so small. This is correct. She drew it correctly. Roughly, but she didn't say it correctly. So weird. That's so awesome. I love, like, the actress probably knows physics. She probably snuck that in. I want to believe she snuck that in.
Accelerating it towards the second, which detonates.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like a Gauss cannon, but with nuclear bombs, by the way.
2% light speed after 1,000 explosions.
1,000 explosions. That's actually a lot of resources, but I do think you can do that, probably. But yeah, that's like awesome. Like, this science is awesome. I just love the actress because the actress did it. Like, she did it in the end. She did it correctly, but she didn't say it. So the script was shit, but she was awesome. Actress, please be in more stuff and please play more scientists. I love what you're doing here, man. I saw what you did for science in this scene. You also, this is another, like, she did it incorrectly here, so this is another shot. That's the little things you see when you overanalyze everything. But yeah, also the solar radiation is awesome because radiation does have pressure. Like, you can see that best in comets. Like, the tails of comets always point away from the sun because the solar pressure, like the radiation pressure of the sun, pushes the comet's tail away. Like, so that's where you can see it best. But so radiation does inflict pressure on stuff. So she will use all the pressure she can get from the nuclear ones by using that shield.
Each bomb brings
We have solar gliders like that in theory, like they've been designed. So,
Notion, but it's totally untested.
yeah, who gives a shit?
More than a few nuclear treaties.
Not to mention the cost.
Who would give a fuck about those things? I mean, I know we would give a fuck because we're humans and some of us just have other priorities than saving the species. That's how it is. Oh god, I'm not going to go into this tangent a lot here. It's just something I also thought about when thinking about the show. There's always the tension between an individual and the society. And your value is somewhere in between. Like, you can be a total selfish asshole with reason. Like, it's reasonable because you're like, I'm on my own. I care for myself only. I want to do good in life. I do everything so I can be the best I can be to me, to have a good life. And I don't give a shit about anything else. Or you can be the selfless altruist that's living for everyone else and never caring about themselves. And those are things people are like. They are somewhere in between. All of them, I guess. I actually don't know if there is psychology about that. There probably is. There must be. Because I know some traits associated to that have been measured. So it's probably already done. But, people are on that spectrum of selfish asshole to altruist, I guess. Like, it's just guessing. I don't completely know. I just think it's highly likely from other things I know that are similar to that. So, and there are the selfish assholes. They will not work here. And the selfish assholes might be the people owning the companies and the money. What's then?
Treaties can be amended.
That is true.
It's someone else's job to come up with the.
That is also true. Yeah. Yeah, of course it
I
doesn't.
agree. The margin for error is.
So you basically have to go to the rich people and be like, do you want to live? Yes or no? Do you want your family to live? Yes or no? That's all there is.
Speed is with decades of research. Not
Yes.
What's a few decades?
Well, a few decades means we don't have these main characters anymore, and I don't want that currently. I like them. I want them to stay a bit, so can't have your proposal, sister. You didn't even know about this drive she proposed, which is pretty known by scientists, I guess. So what the fuck were you doing in all your life and your free time? Have you never read sci-fi?
The closer we get to them, the more we'll know about it.
Yeah, I would have taken it as well. Seriously, what the fuck?
Tension of dying with my agency having accomplished fuck all.
Yeah, man, you're so right. You're so fucking right, man. Also, that proposal would not be like 20 pages, it would be like 100, I guess. Oh, that looks lovely. What is that shop? A looted shop it is, okay. The stars are our destination. Interesting. Are they gonna build generation ships?
I don't get it.
Why the fuck would you buy stars? It doesn't give, like, it doesn't matter. I mean, you already can buy stars, I think, like the names. Like, but why? You can't go there. Are they hoping that like they will steal the technology from the Santi and then piss off to another star and be like, yeah, it's mine?
You know, some people are worshipping the aliens. That's something.
Yeah, people are worshipping them, and Badass Woman is probably at their front. She's probably their holy prophet now. Oh, I miss Badass Woman.
Well, the pub might be getting something tonight if you're willing to fight the crowd.
That is so interesting, by the way, this idea. I did talk a bit about it in an Attack on Titan reaction I recorded yesterday, and it's not out on the channel yet, so it will probably be out in a month or so, because the YouTube channel reactions are a bit behind. But I basically proposed this, and I am on episode 4 or 5, so don't spoil anything past that. But yeah, it was this thought, and I think it came up during that. Imagine an entity that everything, everyone, and everybody on the earth hates. Would that entity be something that unites the human race or not? And I'm not sure it would. Because I think people would still find their own quabbles. And part perhaps even because of what I've said earlier, actually, with the selfishness. And selfishness can be warranted. You know, so I don't know. What do you think? Imagine there is something that in Eldritch horror everyone hates. Like, if you look at it, there's something you hate and despise the most in the world. Would you unite with your enemies? Or would it still be people worshipping it as the holy hate or something? I would love to know that. I might write a story about that. That might be fun. But, yeah, perhaps not.
Order 5 bottles of your next shipment of really good whiskey.
Yeah, really good whiskey is good. Like a Woolen, perhaps? Macallan? I have not drank in Macallan, but yeah.
That's unavailable till the new year. Can you wait?
I will be unavailable then as well.
Yeah, he will probably be dead by then. That's so dark. He can't even get the whiskey with all the money he has. So sad. Time is more valuable than money sometimes. Though time, of course, is also equal to money in some sense. But I'm not going to go into that.
Yes, sir. Thank you for seeing me.
Your time is running. Why does he have that helmet on his thing still? I don't know. Why can't he open the windows? Is he trolling him?
And you asked me to open it to see how I respond to an impossible task.
Yeah, it's probably trolling. Nah, it's just a trick. He's trolling him. Like, he's just like, go fuck yourself. It's just a normal window. It says, what the fuck? I love you. Wait. Wait for the win. I also love the actress so much. Could you open the window? This is a test. No.
I don't want to go back to the Navy. I want to work for you.
Oh, he is not yet working for him. Interesting.
And naval strategy should be on your space fleet team.
Oh, he wants to go to space.
How long have you known about it?
2 weeks.
Is it from your girlfriend or not? You're too excellent. It's so awesome. He doesn't even give a shit how he knows it. He's like, yeah, man, you're not driven enough for that. That's interesting.
Sir.
You'll love it on Mare Imbrium.
Mare Imbrium is the moon. That is, I think Mare Imbrium is on the moon. I think it's top right. The spot you see top right.
Mare Imbrium.
Yeah, it's on the moon. Have fun. Yeah. Oh, he knows that. Awesome. Yeah.
Where we're going to assemble the ships. Lower gravity, larger ships.
That is true as well. It's very clever. Awesome. Why does he have to close the window now? He was really trolling him, I guess. Oh, it's a little fish in a bowl, in a plastic bag. Because probably she transported it by car. Why am I thinking about that?
How is he?
Ooh, is he dying?
You were with...
Hi, you made it.
Ooh, she doesn't know about Panama. Okay, okay.
Hey, and you brought your own food.
Time is a bit... I don't get the time a lot here in the show. It's not that clear how fast it passes, but yeah. So what are they gonna talk about here?
Hey.
Oh, she's drinking some good stuff.
Believe you're working for that fascist fuck again.
I know how
Fascist
it is.
fuck. Why would Wade be a fascist? Weird. Always spouting weird phrases again, but I mean, I guess that's okay for you. She's very mistrusting, but she shouldn't drink that whiskey too quickly. That's what I'm more concerned with. Like, you have to savor it, like drink it slowly, not as much as she's drinking, like a little bit. You can always drink vodka or something. I mean,
Everything we've been through, how can I not help?
yeah.
I think he's trying. Just more than...
Yeah, like, who's a murderer? Is she talking about Raj or whatever?
Santi declared war on us. That's what the eye in the sky was.
Yes, it was. Like, Augie's like, oh no, my nanofibers were used to end children's lives. I didn't see that coming. But they told me, but I didn't see it coming. And now I blame other people for that. She should blame herself. I hope she does in the end. Like, it's a natural reaction to blame other people first. Like, it's okay. I just hope she comes around to realize it's her fault. A bit. Is it though? I mean, she worked. Yeah, it was because she worked with them. Like if it was like they took her technology, confiscated it, took it away, and then did what they wanted on their own, it wouldn't have been her fault. But she was in the fucking command center. She didn't speak up, so it's her fault.
About Panama.
Is she gonna blame herself or not? You need to blame yourself now, Augie. What the fuck? Like, it's natural what she does here. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand what she's doing it, but it's like, it was you. They built it, yes, and they used it, but you did not speak up. You have exactly as much fault as those people have, I think. Because she was there. She was with them.
You should ask him. Let's see if he tells you the truth.
Oh, so did she tell her the truth then? Why does he have to tell her the truth? Deflecting a bit, aren't you? It's like... And the thing is, the Santi are real. But I love... You know what I really like about Augie here is still that she is like... We are doing inhuman fucking shit here. I mean, that's at least... it's a voice of reason. I just wish that it wasn't her character doing it.
Their grandkids.
So you're just going to pretend that nothing's happening?
Yeah.
Anything.
What is her argument here, Augie? What are you saying? You're not really saying anything. You're just, like, being mean currently. What is her thing? There's something she wants. Please tell me you're guilty. I really need more from her character here. Like, as an audience. Like in the situation, it's perfect that she is like this. Like, it makes sense, but I need... It has been more than... Like, it has been almost exactly one episode with her not reacting in the way that, holy shit, my technology did something and I was part of it. Like, it's okay if we don't see it here, because I do think it's teased with her drinking this much, because I don't think she did before. Though, yeah, she hammered herself in the bar as well when we had the badly written scene. It's like so weird. To warm up to her character, what I would need is her acknowledging that she fucked up by being at that place with the people. And you could make the argument they would have done it anyway. And yes, you are right, they would have done it anyway, but she took part in it. So now she is a part in it. If she had not gone to Panama with them, she could have at least told herself, they misused my research, they stole it from me. But she can't do that now. She was in the fucking command center.
I need a radiation sale.
And she's putting it on other people here. And she's right with that as well. Don't get me wrong. Like, she's right putting it on other people, but she also did it.
on this nano sail, and there's no one who can design it besides you.
Oh god, now she has to design it.
Just in the world working on this.
Yeah, so boot her. Like, really? Seriously? She's a fucking liability, Augie. I would boot her from the fucking project. I would take her whole team and I would make them do it. Like, you can get a PhD student that is talented that will finish what she started in reality. Like, in reality, if this would happen, if, like, let's say we are in this situation in reality, and I was Wade, I would boot her the fuck out, and I would take PhD candidates that are very promising. I would give them training for like 5 years, which is more than a PhD student on average has, a bit more. And then I would let them run the team. Someone who knows the Santi are the threat. You know? It's like she's such a liability to the project. And she's the voice of reason. But the voice of reason she is very unreflected towards her own actions. Like she likes blaming others a lot. She likes blaming others a lot, and she's not blaming herself. At least not consciously. And I do think that's why I think it's written good. Like, it's written well what she's doing, because she's drinking a lot. So her subconsciousness is like, sister, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah.
Physicists in the world and sane resources, they gave us Hiroshima.
Ooh, you're starting with that now. At least that. She said not yet. She doesn't consider, like, what's the difference between Hiroshima and what she did to the children on the ship? You might argue that the children were brainwashed and Hiroshima was not that brainwashed. I don't know about it. Like, I don't know what the Japanese people think there. Like, if you ask, they were probably not brainwashed. Like, and they did not have one ideology. I do think and please, Japanese people, I know some are there. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm really unsure. But I've heard that the glorification of the Chancellor or Kaiser or something, the Emperor of China, of Japan, had stopped after World War I and faded in World War II. So I don't think they had this big ideology that the people on the ship did have. So I guess she has a point that it wasn't yet like that. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm always here at sunrise.
So what's Will gonna do in this story other than die off a little pincer? Like, Will could be a voice of reason. I would love that more. Because, whatever.
Not told me.
Yeah, that would be so. Would you want your friends to tell you if they had cancer? I would. So, you know, it's... because at least you can support them then.
You go and save the world, and I...
See, Will is one of these people that is very selfless, I feel. Like, he does have these, because when we had the bird watching scene, he was like, shouldn't we do this and stuff like that. Was like his selfishness coming up a bit, but it was defeated by the situations, and he very quickly retreated from those thoughts. I mean, now he's there bird watching, so to speak, but yeah. What's she gonna do here? Is she gonna build him a boat or something? Yep, she is, I think. Oh, that's so awesome. So what are you gonna do with those two little ships? Sail where no one has sailed before. What's she gonna do here? Is she gonna do some cool physics trick? Or is she just gonna say, like, who knows where we go? Towards the rising sea, yeah, into the unknown. Both of them going into the unknown, but different unknowns. It's still awesome. Oh, he's still reading fairy tales. I mean, why not?
It's almighty, man. You'd think that dying of all things would make you open up for a change.
Why though? Why would it open up? Yeah. Yeah. Like they say in Frieren, if you never say goodbye, because if you meet again it would be awkward. That was a funny little line, but I liked it. There was a twinkle in it. Goodbyes are so sad. You know what? One of the most sad goodbye lines I know is "Until we meet again," because that is something I connect with Doctor Who and Sarah Jane, and we know. I don't know if you're a Doctor Who fan in any way, but Elizabeth Sladen did pass away, I think, in 2005 or something, and that was the last thing the Doctor said to her, because and they planned on returning her in the show, but she didn't return because she died in real life. Till we meet again. Perhaps you will meet again in the next life. That's what I always think about when I hear that, but no. Yeah, wood chipper, it's so awesome.
And every time it ends up awkward and unfair.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel the same way.
Oh, he likes her. Interesting.
Is her a fucking sonnet?
Ooh, I didn't get that.
What's she gonna do? She's gonna leave her boyfriend.
That as well. That is so sad, man. Yeah, we know that Will is having a thing for her, but it's so sad, man. Will is Will is this person that gets fucked in the face by life so hard. So fucking hard. And these people exist. They just have bad luck all the time. And I mean, he's pretty far in life, like successfully, I guess, but other than and he does have friends he really can trust. In Jack he had that as well. I feel like Jake was an awesome friend to him. Like, he wasn't the best one you could have, perhaps he really did have some drawbacks as well, but Jake really cared for him and he has people caring for him. But other than that, like, he's got cancer, he's gonna die. And the person he loves most in the world probably does not have those feelings, or at least even if he said those feelings to her, it would not make it better. It would make it worse for her. And because he is the selfish person that we talked about, like, he is basically the counter to Augie, I feel a bit. At least outwardly. I do think Augie does have real regrets about the Panama Canal. And I'm going to tell myself that until I see real concrete proof otherwise, because there were little hints that she does have, like, the drinking or her snapping a lot. Then again, she does that all the time, but you know, it's so that is very interesting. I need more Will and Augie scenes, though. That would be an interesting character pairing. I would have paired them up if I was the writers of the show here. I would have paired those two up for like 5 minutes.
Will is not doing anything.
See, there she is. Now let's see what she's gonna do.
Pour his heart out to a girl and ruin their perfectly loved.
Ooh, does Augie know?
She has a boyfriend.
Oh, Augie knows. Okay. See? She's so selfish. Because that's what she would do. I love that. It's good character writing. Like, Augie's character is awesomely written. Just don't like her. But she's very well written. Man, that's an awesomely written character. That was awesome, man. That Augie scene there, that exactly was what I would have expected from her. Really good stuff. The actress nails it as well. Ooh. Is it starting to get to him here? Or is he just stressed? Man, I'm so sad for him. Actress also awesome. But he's just so down. When everything breaks apart.
When do you suppose I should have sat you down to tell you everything?
I'm with him here, I think. Yes, like, they should have talked about it, because I also think Raj should talk about these things to her, because he clearly did some fucked up shit there, even though they told themselves it was for a greater good. And it's probably one of the best arguments you could make for the greater good anyway, so, you know, but still, you need to talk about that stuff to people. Like, I don't know, like, I'm no one probably fit to give relationship advice, but from what I learned in my relationships is that you have to tell the truth and let stuff that bothers you out and talk about stuff. Even if you think it's menial, sometimes it is important. And you can get to know yourself and trust yourself as well through that.
Could you not be bothered when 1,000 people were killed?
He's a soldier. You married a soldier. What do you... Yeah.
He can murder the rest of us more easily.
Yeah, he's got a point, though. Like, it's not... Like, it's still dark as fuck, but...
If you had the chance, what would you have done?
Brilliant. What is she gonna say? What is she gonna say?
I'm so comfortable with the result.
That is that again, such a way out. People like dodging the really important questions here. Like, if I would have been in the show, I would have nailed people down to the questions, like, answer this fucking now. It's like,
war, it doesn't make sense for you to
yeah,
be leading.
he is correct here.
What I'm doing and what you did don't even compare.
Yes, of course they do. You're about to launch a probe to an alien species to gather intel to potentially wipe them out. What? You ran into the building with Ye. You were, like, it was in part her doing. Like, she chose to go into that building with the police following her. She knew, so it was her fault. She knew people might get killed, and many people died because of her in that room with Ye. So, Yin, be a bit careful what you say here.
Stuff so you can keep your hands clean.
Yeah, she has not have her hands clean.
Her nanofibers did all the cutting.
Yes, they did.
Gutted about it.
No, she's not. I'm sorry, no. No, you don't know that. I know because I've seen her, like, nuances in the episodes. Okay, perhaps she has as well. But Augie is not yet really, like, if her being like, this might be like Hiroshima was supposed to be that, man, write more stuff about that. That's an interesting topic. Okay, so she did realize that.
But we're fighting the same war.
Yeah, you are fighting the same war. That is true, and she again can't say anything against that. I guess you have to tell yourself that you are better to make these things, like, to get them done. Like, and I do think Yin has, like, she probably needed to, again, and so I think I am right about Augie. She puts the blame on others so she doesn't have to face herself in the mirror, which is an awesome thing to write. But, yeah, I like that a lot. But it is interesting how different she is to Yin as well. Because Yin is not, like, even though she did kill all those people indirectly in that room with Ye, but she still can tell herself halfway reasonably that she's not the one doing stuff like that. And she's accusing him of not being sad enough about it. But if he's sad, what will that change? Though I do think what I just said, you know, be open with your partner, show them that you are devastated if you, like, ended people, because it will probably be a bit healing to you as well if they don't are like, nope, I don't like you anymore. Ooh, do we finally get the Augie is completely done reveal? Please, please. Oh, holy shit, she's going everywhere with that. You have to clean that up again. That's sad. So is she finally breaking down? Thank God, man. Please talk to us. I want to see more about your pain, about the situation you're in. Because you're in a fucked up situation and you deserve, like, not deserve, like, this is your right to cry so fucking hard because of all the trauma you've been through. No, don't cut away! Why? So sad. I'm so sorry that I'm shouting. I hope I didn't over whatever the mic. I'm so mad at this. They really let her down. Like, the actress is nailing this so badly. Why do you let Augie down? Like, let her talk about it with her friends. Like, she clearly is fucking distraught about her research going haywire, as I suspected. But man, they leave that. I have such a bad feeling that they have, like, leave this by the wayside too much. This is such an important topic. Scientists, like, it's a show about scientists that are preparing for a war. This is the theme you have to address a lot more, I feel. Personal opinion. I will stop about it now, don't worry. I will stop about it. I will. It's...
I'm sorry. I could have said something sooner.
That is true. I'm not sure you should have necessarily...
Maybe I shouldn't be working for Wade.
Yes, you should be working for Wade. You should own up for the terrors you're about to do. Like, for your own peace at least, because there are gonna be dead entities in the future. What?
Okay.
No, it won't be okay. There are aliens coming and people are going haywire in the world. Oh, and is that badass woman? Please tell me that is... No, it's Will. Okay. Ah, poor Will. Yeah, man, that's so sad. Will might be someone that the Santi uses well if he's not careful. Yeah. He's doing the altruist thing again, because that's who he is. That is who he is. That's so sad. What was he giving her to read? Something Chinese, I think.
2 weeks is read and reread the transcripts between Evans.
Yeah, tease her with that, please. That's awesome.
He didn't even mention Vera.
Yeah, he didn't mention Vera. But neither did she, really.
You don't matter, I don't matter.
And her daughter didn't matter anyway as well.
Why did she jump?
Yeah, why did your daughter jump? Was it for the countdown or was it something else? That would be so fucked if they specifically did something.
In my messages to Evans.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Not a word.
Ooh, so when she found out, you were like, hey, let's off her. What the fuck, man?
I still haven't been charged with any crime.
That is true, though. Why is she still there? I guess it doesn't matter.
More visits, no more questions.
So now you are like, hey, society is so fucking shit, I want to end it. But I want to, you have rules in your society, you need to abide by them now. You know, it's like, okay. This is frustrating to talk to her, probably. Poor Clarence. So she didn't answer the question again. Like, she deflects every time and she tells some random bullshit. Like, it was completely random, I guess. So it implies a bit that Vera did find out and that's why she had to off herself. I don't think so, though.
Free to go wherever she likes, but I want a full report of her movements.
Ooh, they're gonna let her leave and track all her movements. That's awesome. Are they gonna implant a chimp into her? That would be very, very authoritarian in a way.
One, and we're even.
Something mean about Augie. You're selfish. I would say that.
You're beautiful.
Why does that mean?
In a boring way.
Ooh, awesome. That's interesting.
But really bad.
It's so funny. It was like, what are you doing? It's awesome.
Together.
Right.
Sorry, you're right.
What is Will thinking here? No.
I realised something.
What did you realize, Will?
Spill my guts to it. She's got a man.
Oh,
That's true.
All the way down here for is you.
Yeah, that might be true, but Augie is too self-absorbed right now. Which is understandable, but yeah.
I would give it to her on the spot. But I don't.
Ooh, so she's trying to convince her to do it. Interesting.
He's working for.
He's a monster.
Yes, I get that. Like, she's so right with that. Like, Wade is a fucking psychopath, but aliens are coming. But again, like, I like the thought. What would you pay? What would you pay here for your race, your species?
It's for the greater good, isn't it?
See? What would you pay for it?
No.
Are you finally going to tell them that you're done? Oh, that's so sad. Or are they just going to drag it out that she's so... You know, it's like... Again, the actress nailing it. The actress is very, very good. See, like the tears and stuff. Like, it's very well done, but... It's just frustrating. But it's realistic. That's why it's so frustrating. I know people like that. That's the problem. Kudos to the writers for Augie, man. Very well done.
Feel like that even less.
Oh, so she's gonna tell him that Augie's not gonna do it? Or is Augie gonna be in the room now? No, she's not. Okay. That would have been funny.
The probe doesn't have any way to decelerate.
That is true.
Other way, we'd have a few nanoseconds at best to gather information on the fleet.
That is true. Also, with 1% of the light speed, you do have the Einsteinian problems with speeds of light, you know, and relativity. Like, it's not called relativity for no reason. Like, it's not 1% one direction, 1% the other, so it's 2%. It's different because it's a controlled space-time.
To assume that they know the spy probe is coming because of the sofa.
Yeah, that's true. They know they're coming.
They won't destroy the probe.
Why won't they destroy the probe?
They'll let it sail through the fleet and
Perhaps they will, because they might be dehydrated, all of them. And they can't, like, how are they going to destroy a probe at light speed like that? I mean, I could think of some ways. Electromagnetic pulses, for example.
We're sending a human being.
What? You're doing what? You're doing what now, mate? You're gonna send Raj. Oh, God. Oh, no, they're gonna send Ye. Oh, that would be so fucked. Oh, it's awesome.
Spare a pound or two for humanity.
It's awesome. I've been asked by UNO, I think that's what they are called in English, to donate in pedestrian areas a lot. They were always very kind, but also very pushy. But yeah, so what's she gonna do here? Pound for two for humanity. Nope, I destroyed it, sister, I destroyed it. No pound from me. And she's also very shaken.
Sorry. Oh, it's fine. Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. She's a lot less pushy than the people I ran into. Where is Badass Girl? She's been missing the whole episode, the whole last episode. I kinda miss her. Is it really just that one ding dong following her? Are you sure? So let's see what their interaction's gonna be like.
That's a breach of security.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And Wade's like, that was fun. I do think Wade is having a bit too much fun all in all. What's gonna happen here? Something weird is gonna happen with Ye. She's gonna go to her daughter's room. That's the person you killed. And she is lighting whatever these are called, sensors. Don't know, for her. So she regrets a bit. She regrets a bit. Why is there only one person following one of the most important people in the world? Like, what?
You have learned that we are liars.
Ooh, she's speaking to the Santi.
Now you are coming to stamp us out.
Yes, they are.
The first liar you met.
Why was she a liar? What did you do?
Led us down this terrible path.
Oh, so acknowledge it.
There may well be a fair fight.
Yeah, fair fight there may be. Interesting.
No fight at all.
How would there be no fight? I don't see the Santi winning currently. That's the cool thing. Like, it's switched. Please don't tell me Will's gonna die this episode. Hope he's not just gonna run into the ocean or something. Oh, what's that in the distance? Is he hallucinating ships? Yeah, I think he's hallucinating. Oh, he's gonna die. Is he gonna die? What's he seeing? It's hallucinations, I think. He's probably seeing big paper ships here. Or normal boats. No, yeah. I do think this is it for him. Man. Oh, Will. Interesting that I'm not sure yet if he dies, but that the most human, like the most good human, who is a bit too meek perhaps for some stuff, has this, like the worst fate in this world of survival. I'm so glad he just didn't die. Man, I thought he was gonna go into that ocean and freaking drown himself. Where's he going? Where are you going, man? Where are you, Will? Play a video game, it's so awesome. Ooh, the stars is our destination. What's he doing there? Man, he does have a lot of money. Is he going to buy himself a star? Ooh, that's the tomato festival, I think. They throw tomatoes at each other for fun.
Do you know much about the stars our destination?
Yeah, what is that about?
I'm here to buy a star.
Why are you buying a star? I don't get the star buying part, I have to be honest. Like, why? To get there? To go there? I don't get that. How would you buy it? What would that matter? You can't go there. Like, they can't even go to the next solar system, which the Santi are coming from. So, interesting. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, this one was a lot more character-driven, I feel. It's interesting. I really love the writing of the characters a lot. But I still feel, and I felt it several times in the show now, that it's more surface level than they could have if they dove more into the conflicts the characters have. And as you know now, I've talked about it enough, I will not talk about it too much here. Augie is probably a character where there is more to, like, the weird thing about her is it's so striking. Everything she does makes sense. Everything she does is realistic and real, like a real person. So you would say she's a very good character, like very, very, very nicely done because she's so realistic. But the problem is we don't, like for me at least, and perhaps, and I know that's taste, but we don't see what she really thinks directly. And I don't mind if we don't see it when she's around other people, because that's in character. She would never show the people that. But currently we only know what about her problems from these little outbursts that sometimes twinkle through a little bit. But you really have to pay attention to see them, I feel. Or perhaps it's more obvious than I feel, but her conundrum with her fucking guilt about ending children, that was just in the background. And it was just in the background because she never talked about it, like, to herself or anything. And I get that it's hard, but I would have wished more there. And I don't really know why Will is buying a star right now. No fucking clue what that is about. Like, what's that supposed to do? I'm pretty sure they will tell me next episode. But I'm a bit sad that they skipped the presentation. I would have loved to see it because I probably am too slow for that. I didn't get why buying a star is important. Like, are you going to go there in the future? Can you say to the Santi, no, that star's mine, please get me there. Like, it's what item, whatever. But yeah, it's an awesome episode. I really like the banter between the characters in this episode, or the arguments, because they were also very realistic. Like, for example, the argument between Raj and Yin. Because Yin was unfair to Raj, but Raj also made mistakes. Like, Raj should have told her, I think, for trust and for healing himself a bit from being a soldier. Because we don't necessarily even know if he was to war before his father was, but was he? You know? And he wasn't directly in a war here either. Like, he pressed buttons in the room. He wasn't on the front, so to speak. So, but Yin as well. Yin also runs away from her guilt, I feel, from the guilt of ending the people in the church or whatever Yi had. You know? Anyway, that was an awesome episode again. Not a lot of science, I think, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Some tangents again. And yeah, if you're still here and hated it, at least you watched it. And if you're still here and liked it, thanks for watching as always so much. I hope you really did enjoy it. And don't forget to like and subscribe as well if you're not yet already. Don't forget to check out my horror book, linked in the description and in the comments. And take care of yourself. Till next time. Bye. Also, if you want to support my horror content, check out Volume 1 of my horror series called Remnants of the Old Truth, which is available for free as an audiobook on Vidith22's horror channel. Link is pinned in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.